Hey, I'm Dave. This is Classic Bass Lines. Today I'm going to talk about how to play On a Plane by Nirvana. Follow the link in the description or right there to get the tab and follow along. And I'm going to play the bass line and break it down for you. This one is a great example of Krist Novoselic's compositional melodic bass playing. Yeah, there's three parts. There's a verse, there's a chorus, and there's a bridge. And I'll just break them down part by part for you. Okay, the verse, first thing, tune's in D, and they play this at a drop D. So G, D, A, D. Make sure you're in drop D. I'm going to play the verse for you, and then we'll break it down. The verse is basically 4 lines, so we'll just go line by line here. First line. So that's a D, G, F, up to the G and back to the F, and then he does this line over the E chord. So that's just E, D, E, F. So again, that whole thing. Right. So the second part, oh, by the way, the chords on that is just a D power chord. This is like a G, but the chord he's actually playing is like a D power chord with a G in the bass, which is a really cool sound that they use elsewhere in the music and actually elsewhere on this tune. So it's D power chord, it's a D power chord with the G in the bass, F power chord, and E power chord. So it's those same chords again for the second part, but he goes up an octave. So that's D, G, but G, D, G, F, G, F. And then I really love this part. This is just like a nice little melodic flair that he adds. So that's just a hammer-on pull-off on an E and an F. So you strike it once, and then there's a C to finish the line. So that whole part again. A little bit about where I'm playing this on the bass. I guess you could play this with open strings. And that might be where Krist Novoselic plays it. I don't like that so much. I have a hard time getting the note lengths the way I want them. So I play it here with a sort of barred pinky, which really lets me get the exact right length of note. The third part is this walk down. That's just D, C, B, A, and then walks back up with a B and a C. And then the last line is very similar to the first line, but just the ending is a little bit different. So it's D, G, F, E. Ends with a D there. Okay, so that's the verse. Chorus is 3 chords. It's a D, it's a D power chord over the G in the bass, and it's an F. And then the guitar does the same thing, but it's sort of 2 parts, and the guitar does the same thing twice, but the bass goes up to a B flat the second time, which is really cool sound. So that is D, G, grabs a little open D at the end of that chord, and then F. And I like to play that all downstrokes. That's the only part of the song that I do that in. It just seems to fit there with the floor tom build and the drums. And then the next part, those octaves on the B flat. And that's just another nice little piece of flair from Krist Novoselic. It's just this, that just sort of counterbalances the heaviness of pounding that F, and sort of it goes up and then it plays the octaves, and just like, yeah, just, I don't know, it's a really nice touch that he does there. So again, the whole chorus. Great, that's it. The last part of the song is the bridge. The bridge is basically the same thing 4 times in a row. There's some minor variations in there that he might play, but I'm just giving you the basic framework for it. And then at the end, there's a really cool hit where the guitar and drum stop and the bass does a cool descending line. It's obviously the best part of the song. So the chords to that are F, E, A, and G. And he sort of plays the root of each chord, and then he accents it by going up to the next note of the scale. So you'll see. So that was just half of it. So that's the F, goes up to the G and back to the F, E, F, E, A, with a B, back to the A, and then this is just all G with a D at the end. So it does that 4 times, and then the very last time on the G it goes just that descending G, F, E, D. I'll play that the whole 4 times with the descending part at the end. That's it. Those are all the parts of the song. I encourage you to play along with that. There's like isolated parts for it on YouTube, so you can find like just the drum part. It's really fun to play along with. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Leave me a note in the comments if this was helpful for you. Let me know if there's any other bass lines you'd like me to teach. Remember, you can get the tab on my website. Hit the like button. Hit subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. All right, thanks.